Hey, baseball fans. Welcome back to Tits and Streams, your go-to channel for daily baseball predictions. I'm Koken, and I'm here to give you the inside scoop on today's top matchups. Before we dive into today's picks, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss out on our latest predictions. If you enjoy our content, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends who love baseball and sports betting. Our channel relies entirely on your support. We don't have any sponsors, so every like, share, and comment helps us keep going. If you'd like to support us even more, consider donating by pressing the thanks button under this video. We love hearing from you. Drop a comment below. Your feedback makes our channel better. All right, let's get into today's predictions. Today we have predictions for 4 MLB games. The first prediction for today is for a game between the Toronto Blue Jays and Chicago Cubs. As the Toronto Blue Jays gear up to face the Chicago Cubs at Wrigley Field on August 16, 2024 at 2:20 p.m. EDT, the stakes are high for both teams, who have battled through a challenging season. With Toronto holding a 56-64 record and Chicago sitting at 59-63, this matchup is more than just another interleague game. It's a critical test of grit and a quest to gain some late-season momentum. Both teams are currently outside the playoff picture, but neither has given up on finishing the season strong. The Cubs are coming off a hard-fought victory against the St. Louis Cardinals and will aim to build on that success, though they face a tough task ahead. Chicago's offense has been inconsistent, ranking 23rd in MLB for team batting average and home runs. This lack of run production has been a significant weakness all season. They'll send right-hander Jameson Taillon to the mound, a pitcher who's had his struggles. Taillon's advanced stats indicate vulnerabilities that a Blue Jays lineup, which has shown flashes of potential, might be able to exploit. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. has been the lone bright spot in an otherwise tough season for Toronto. Over the past week, Guerrero has been on fire, posting a .360 batting average and a 1.145 OPS. His performance at the plate will be crucial for the Blue Jays, especially against a Cubs pitching staff that, while solid overall, has faltered in key moments. On the other side, Ian Happ has been the most reliable hitter for the Cubs, with a .316 average and 2 home runs in his last 5 games. However, Chicago's offense as a whole has struggled, and providing enough run support for Taillon could be a challenge. While home field advantage is often seen as a key factor, Wrigley Field hasn't been particularly kind to the Cubs this season. Their inconsistency at home mirrors their road struggles, and recent performances at Wrigley have been less than stellar. Historically, these teams haven't met often, but the Cubs have held the edge in their recent matchups in Chicago. However, history alone won't be enough to sway this game. The Blue Jays come into this contest riding a 3-game winning streak, having scored 19 runs in their last 3 outings. This offensive surge is a welcome sign for a team that has struggled to find its rhythm all season. Toronto will turn to Yariel Rodriguez on the mound, a pitcher whose record doesn't fully capture his effectiveness. Rodriguez has posted a solid 3.60 ERA this season and has been particularly strong in his recent starts. In contrast, the Cubs will rely on Kyle Hendricks, who has endured a tough season with a 6.60 ERA and a tendency to give up the long ball. Hendricks' recent form has been concerning, as he's allowed 11 earned runs over his last 16 innings. If the Blue Jays can capitalize on Hendricks' struggles, they could be in for a big day. The bullpen performance will be a crucial factor in this game. The Cubs' bullpen has been a relative strength, with a 3.75 ERA, but they've been heavily used in recent games, which could lead to fatigue. The Blue Jays' bullpen, on the other hand, has been inconsistent, with a 4.54 ERA that suggests they could be vulnerable. If this game turns into a battle of the bullpens, the Cubs might have a slight edge, but only if their starters can keep it close. Defensively, the Cubs have been reliable but not outstanding, while the Blue Jays have had their share of defensive lapses. Fielding will be key, as a single mistake could be the difference in a closely contested game. The weather in Chicago is expected to be mild on game day, with no significant wind, which might neutralize Wrigley Field's usual home run-friendly conditions. Both teams will need to adapt to the unique quirks of the ballpark, including the ivy-covered walls, which can lead to unpredictable bounces. Considering all the factors, current form, pitching matchups, offensive production, and the intangibles, the Toronto Blue Jays appear to have a slight edge. Their recent winning streak, combined with Guerrero's hot bat and Rodriguez's steady hand on the mound, makes them a formidable opponent, even in hostile territory. The Cubs, though capable of putting up a fight, have too many question marks, particularly with Hendricks' struggles and their inconsistent offense. In conclusion, the smart play here is to back the Toronto Blue Jays on the money line. With Rodriguez in good form and Guerrero leading the charge, Toronto should be able to handle a Cubs team that has been middling at best. While Wrigley Field might keep the game close, the Blue Jays have the momentum and the firepower to come out on top, continuing their push for a strong finish to the season. Expect Toronto to secure another win, while the Cubs' postseason hopes fade further into the distance.
Welcome to BetUS, Sportsbook and Casino, your ultimate hub for secure and thrilling sports betting and casino gaming. BetUS is one of the oldest and most reliable online sportsbooks in the U.S., serving millions of clients all over the globe each month. BetUS, trusted for over 30 years, offers huge welcome bonuses, countless betting options, and many deposit and payout methods. Depositing funds is a breeze and safe, with a minimum deposit of just $10. Payouts are fast and hassle-free, beginning at only $50. Choose from various payout options like MoneyGram, couriered check, cryptocurrency, or bank wire. Signing up is quick and easy. For signing up, you can use the link in the description and enjoy a generous 125% welcome bonus of up to $3,000. By signing up using the link in the description, you'll also support us as we earn a small commission from your registration at BetUS. Thank you for supporting us. Join now and start winning.
The second prediction for today is for a game between the Seattle Mariners and Pittsburgh Pirates. The Pittsburgh Pirates are gearing up to face the Seattle Mariners in a matchup that could swing the fortunes of both teams in opposite directions. The Pirates are desperate to break out of a grueling 10-game losing streak, while the Mariners are fighting to keep their postseason hopes alive. This contest will feature two of the most reliable pitchers in the league this season, setting the stage for a potentially tight, low-scoring battle. The Pirates have hit rock bottom with their recent performance, as their 10-game skid has knocked them out of wild-card contention. Despite these struggles, Pittsburgh is pinning its hopes on rookie phenom Paul Skeens, who has been a rare bright spot with a 6.2 record and an impressive 2.25 ERA. Skeens' ability to dominate on the mound will be critical against a Mariners lineup that has been inconsistent at best. On the flip side, the Seattle Mariners find themselves in a precarious situation as well. After being swept by the Detroit Tigers, the Mariners are now trailing the Houston Astros by 3 games in the AL West. Seattle's offense has been a glaring weakness, ranking near the bottom of the league with just 3.94 runs per game. However, their pitching staff remains one of the best, anchored by Logan Gilbert. Gilbert, with a 7-8 record and a solid 2.91 ERA, is coming off a stellar outing against the New York Mets, where he pitched 7 scoreless innings. Head-to-head, these teams haven't squared off much in recent years, but the Pirates hold a slight edge at PNC Park, winning 2 of the last 3 meetings there. With both teams struggling for consistency, home field advantage might just tip the scales in Pittsburgh's favor. Statistically, the Pirates' offense has been underwhelming, averaging just 4.13 runs per game, but O'Neal Cruz has provided a spark with a .375 batting average and a 1.028 OPS over the last week. Meanwhile, the Mariners have been even worse at the plate, ranking last in team batting average at .217. Despite some pop in their lineup, they've struggled to string hits together, which has been their downfall. Defensively, the Mariners have the upper hand, leading the league with a 3.47 ERA and a 1.10 WHIP. Their bullpen has been reliable, converting 64.4% of save opportunities, in contrast to the Pirates' bullpen, which has only managed a 53.8% save rate. However, the Mariners have had their share of late-inning collapses, as seen in their recent loss to the Tigers. With mild weather expected in Pittsburgh and the pitcher-friendly dimensions of PNC Park, this game is likely to be a low-scoring affair. The over-under is set at 7.0 runs, which seems fitting given the current form of both teams. All signs point to a tightly contested game dominated by pitching. The Mariners' struggles at the plate, especially on the road, combined with Skeens' strong performance, give the Pirates a slight edge. While Seattle's pitching staff is formidable, the Pirates' determination to snap their losing streak, led by Skeens' arm, could see them pull off a narrow victory. My prediction: the Pirates will finally end their losing streak and come out on top in a closely fought game. Pittsburgh's home advantage, coupled with Skeens' talent, makes them a solid pick on the money line. The third prediction for today is for a game between the Cleveland Guardians and Milwaukee Brewers. As the Cleveland Guardians and Milwaukee Brewers prepare to square off on August 16, 2024, at American Family Field, This matchup between two division leaders promises to be a critical showdown in their respective playoff quests. The Guardians, leading the American League Central with a strong 72-49 record, come into this game riding the high of a 5-game win streak. On the other hand, the Brewers, currently second in the National League Central with a 69-52 record, are looking to snap out of a recent slump and strengthen their playoff position. Cleveland will turn to Gavin Williams, a rookie pitcher who has shown glimpses of brilliance this season. Williams, with a 2-4 record and a 4.38 ERA, has had his ups and downs, but his performances on the road have been particularly impressive, boasting a remarkable 0.84 ERA over 21.1 innings away from home. He'll need to bring his best stuff against a Milwaukee lineup that, while not explosive, is known for grinding out at-bats and capitalizing on mistakes. Milwaukee counters with Aaron Civale, a pitcher who knows the Guardians well, having spent much of his career in their organization before joining the Brewers. Civale has struggled this season, posting a 3.8 record with a 5.02 ERA, and his tendency to give up the long ball has been a significant issue. Facing a Guardians lineup that has found its rhythm lately, Civale will need to dig deep to keep his team in the game. Although he's been slightly better at home, his inconsistency remains a concern. Offensively, both teams have their strengths. The Brewers rank 8th in MLB in runs per game, powered by a solid .332 on-base percentage. William Contreras has been a key contributor, hitting .283 with 70 RBIs. However, Milwaukee's power numbers are middling, ranking 20th in home runs, which could be a disadvantage against a Cleveland pitching staff that has been effective at limiting long balls. Meanwhile, the Guardians have been steadily improving at the plate, ranking 12th in runs per game. Jose Ramirez has been the driving force, leading the team with 31 home runs and 98 RBIs. The bullpen could be the deciding factor in this game, and here the Guardians have a clear advantage. Ranked 3rd in MLB with a 2.74 ERA, Cleveland's relievers have been lights out, especially in high-pressure situations. The Brewers' bullpen, while solid with a 3.27 ERA, has shown signs of wear, with their ERA creeping up to 3.55 since July 1. In a tight contest, this bullpen edge could prove crucial. Historically, the Brewers have struggled against the Guardians in interleague play, particularly at home. The last few meetings in Milwaukee have been close, often decided by the bullpens and late-game heroics. With both teams in the thick of the playoff race, this game is likely to follow a similar pattern. Given the current form and statistical trends, the Guardians appear poised to extend their winning streak. Williams, despite his inexperience, has shown he can handle pressure, especially on the road. Coupled with Civale's struggles and the Brewers' recent offensive issues, Milwaukee faces an uphill battle. The Guardians' superior bullpen and clutch hitting give them the edge in what should be a tightly contested game. In conclusion, backing the Cleveland Guardians on the money line seems like the smart play. With their momentum, a reliable bullpen, and a favorable pitching matchup, the Guardians are the pick to secure a crucial victory in Milwaukee. For those looking to place a bet, betting on the Guardians to win outright is the way to go. The fourth prediction for today is for a game between the San Diego Padres and Colorado Rockies. As the San Diego Padres gear up to face the Colorado Rockies at Coors Field, fans should brace themselves for a potential offensive showcase. The Padres, boasting a solid 69-53 record, are deeply entrenched in the NL West race, while the Rockies, struggling with a 44-78 record, are playing for pride and the chance to disrupt their opponent's momentum. Don't let the Rockies' poor season fool you. This matchup has all the makings of a high-scoring duel, especially in the thin air of Denver. Coors Field, notorious for being a hitter's paradise, is primed for another slugfest. The ball soars differently here, much to the delight of hitters and the dismay of pitchers. The Padres have been a consistent offensive force all season, ranking among the top in the league in batting average. Their lineup, powered by the likes of Jurickson Profar, Manny Machado, and rising star Jackson Merrill, has been relentless. Profar has been particularly hot, leading the team with a .295 average and 19 home runs, making him a constant threat at the plate. On the mound for the Padres is Matt Waldron, a pitcher who has shown flashes of brilliance but has struggled with consistency. With a 7-9 record and a 4.00 ERA, Waldron's season has been a mixed bag. His ability to keep the game under control will be crucial in the hitter-friendly environment of Coors Field, where even seasoned pitchers can falter. While his ERA may appear respectable, recent performances indicate vulnerability, especially against a lineup poised to capitalize on any mistakes. Opposing Waldron is Cal Quantrill, the Rockies right-hander who has had his share of struggles this season. With a 7-8 record and a 4.56 ERA, Quantrill has found it challenging to find his groove, especially in recent outings. His 17 home runs allowed this season are a red flag, particularly against a Padres lineup that's not shy about going deep. In his last start against San Diego, Quantrill surrendered 3 runs in just over 4 innings, a performance that doesn't inspire much confidence heading into this game. While the Rockies' offense may not pack the same punch as San Diego's, it still has the firepower to make an impact. Ezequiel Tovar and Brenton Doyle have been bright spots in an otherwise tough season for Colorado. Tovar, with 19 home runs and a 207.3 average, has been a reliable contributor, while Doyle, leading the team with 20 home runs, has proven he can change the game with a single swing. If Quantrill and the bullpen can keep it close, the Rockies have the potential to keep this game competitive in what could be a back-and-forth contest. Recent history at Coors Field suggests a high-scoring affair is on the horizon. Previous matchups between these teams in Denver have consistently resulted in double-digit run totals, with the Rockies' pitching staff struggling to contain the Padres' relentless offense. The last time these teams met at Coors Field, they combined for a score well over 11 runs, a trend that seems likely to continue given their current form. Both teams have been involved in high-scoring games recently, with the Padres seeing 6 of their last 10 matchups go over the total and the Rockies following a similar pattern. Considering the Padres have scored 4 or more runs in 7 of their last 9 games, the over looks like an appealing bet. Defensively, both teams have shown weaknesses, with the Rockies sitting at the bottom of the league in ERA and the Padres' bullpen showing signs of fatigue. With both starters likely to give up runs and the bullpens not looking impenetrable, this game could easily turn into a battle of the bats. The Padres' deep lineup and the Rockies' ability to leverage the thin air make this one to watch. Given the pitching matchup, the offensive firepower, and the hitter-friendly conditions at Coors Field, this game is shaping up to easily exceed an 11-run total. It's a classic case of 2 teams ready to exploit each other's weaknesses, and with both offenses firing on all cylinders, expect a night full of fireworks on the scoreboard. For those looking to bet, the smart play is on the total run line, going over 11. Both teams are primed to put up runs, and while the outcome may be uncertain, one thing seems almost guaranteed. We'll see plenty of action on the scoreboard. Get ready for an entertaining, high-scoring showdown in the Mile High City.